paying less in taxes since the president took office. Here now is Erin Elmore, is a former Trump 2016 campaign surrogate, and believe it or not, was at that event, weren't you, Erin? You were at that event over the summer?
I was at that event at the King of Prussia Mall, and it was amazing.
What's that argument? I mean, that's because it's interesting. I just bring it up because we've talked to so many voters the last couple of days, and they, over and over, like that woman happened to be pro-Trump. On the other side, they brought it up as well. The personality of the president versus the performance, especially on economics of the president.
I think we really have to get into facts over feelings because he has done so much for the American woman. I mean, the statistics speak for themselves. 600,000 women have been brought out of poverty altogether. The unemployment rate just this October is below 3%. 2.5 million women have re-entered the workforce. What about school choice? The tax credit has doubled. Women are seeing $2,000 per child. So these facts benefit women and benefit them specifically.
So is that argument sinking in with women you speak to? Because I'll tell you, just anecdotally, I think off the top of my head, there were two particular women who stood out that we spoke to yesterday, and we went up to them and said, how's the economy? And both said, terrific. It's great here. And then just almost as quick as they said that, said, well, I'd never vote for the president. One said, for example, he doesn't set a good example for my daughter. It was clearly someone who would never consider voting for the president. So how do you make an economic argument to someone who is looking at totally different factors, you know?
Well, first of all, I think that woman's daughter's life is probably better under the president. But having said that, I think that's why Women for Trump is so important. We are all mobilizing, and we feel this sense of empowerment now. Instead of Hillary Clinton making us feel like we don't matter, or we're just stupid and listening to what our husbands say, we are now empowered by Women for Trump. We're going out to our communities. We're holding roundtables. We're discussing things with women across the country and in our towns and knocking on doors. And I think that's what this is going to take. And of his 2020 re-election committee, 13 of 26 people on that are women. Those women are mobilizing other women. We have amazing people like Kayleigh McEnany, Mercedes Schlapp, Laura Trump. They're getting out there and talking to people, and that's when you have to go back to those facts, and that's what they have to drive home.
What's a win for the president when it comes to women voters? A lot was made about the fact that he did relatively well with white women voters last time around. We break these segments down so much.
Right.
What's a win with overall women voters? I don't think the Trump campaign would necessarily expect to win the women vote, but you try to limit the losses? What's the goal?
I think just getting women out there that are supporters of the president and sharing their message, registering women to vote as Republicans, speaking to those people in your community, waking up those people that may have not voted before and telling them your point of view cogently and effectively and why your life is now better under President Trump.
Tell me a little about this area. I know we were talking before you came on that you're from around here.
I've lived in Pennsylvania my whole life. Yeah,
and boy, it's such an important state now, and it looks like it will be again. How are things, from where you sit, how are things going, especially when it comes to the economy in this area? What stands out?
Well, things are going well. The counties are very different than the city. The city is very, very blue, and that is changing just a little bit, and we are trying to mobilize voters there. But out in the counties, you know, I think it is about getting that message out.
Yeah, that's politics, though, but how does it feel to you, and how is the economy?
You know, I was on the 16 campaign, and I went around Pennsylvania with Ivanka, and I was talking to those women voters of every race, creed, and color, one by one. And I saw that they said, I'm an immigrant, I support the president. I'm African-American, and I'm a woman, I support the president. And I see that happening again. It's those same women, it's those same people. And yes, our president is prone to a certain way of talking and a certain way of tweeting, but that's why we voted for him, because we have direct access to him. And I think the people here feel that, know that, and do appreciate that.
Now, the one thing for the president, you would say, and we saw it in the polling, I think the New York Times Siena College polling today, is that he does poll much better in these key battleground states.
He does.
Than he does nationally.
And you know what else is interesting? I was looking at who women are donating their money to.
Yeah.
Of all the male candidates, 46% for Trump, 40% for Biden, and in the 30s for Buttigieg and Bernie. So Trump is getting the highest level of donations. So that has to tell a certain story.
The money sometimes does.
Money
try
talks.
to follow the money. All right, Erin, good to see you, and thanks for coming in today. And well, I guess thank you for having us in your area. We appreciate it.
We love having you here.
Erin Elmore. All right. Boy, well, it's been an interesting day.